I just started in Streamlabs.
That's the only one I really know.
Okay, Streamlabs is up.
Oh, yeah.
And it should be live. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. We are live on YouTube. Here we go. And we're live.
We're live here. So, hello guys. My name is Kenrick Tendi, and I'm going to be one of, I guess, the co-hosts here. And we got, on the other hand, please introduce yourself.
My name is Enrico Geraldwin Tulung. I am a doctor of memology. Or you know what? My let's see, my thing.
That's a rap by Losey Bird.
Okay, so my YouTube bio states Enrico Geraldwin Tulung, better known as Dr. Tulung, is an Indonesian-born American rapper, PlayStation trophy hunter, former filmmaker, former video game broadcaster, and retired dancer. He was the #1 undisputed trophy hunter for all 4 years at Dover High School in Dover, New Hampshire from 2018 to 2021. Upon high school graduation, he had published more than 1,000 videos on his YouTube channel.
The sports barn?
Nice. Way to start off the podcast with stats. So how long have you been streaming? Or when did you start your streaming career?
Well, I think my first stream was in July of 2017. I was streaming Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I was playing Call of Duty Zombies. I can actually pinpoint the exact stream on my channel. It's on my channel if I show it to you real quick.
Pinpoint the exact date too?
Yeah. So my first ever stream was July 30th, 2017. Yeah, right here. I'll just share a little bit. Let's see if I can share my screen. Right here. This is it. This was my first ever stream on YouTube. Just
Take a look.
Just transition here. This was it. This is what I looked like 4 years ago.
Playing BO3.
Yeah, this is Black Ops 3.
DLC or no? Oh yeah, this was the DLC.
This is DLC 4. I forgot what the 4th DLC was called, but this is the Zombies map Revelations.
Yeah, I remember this.
This is my first attempt at getting to round 100, I think. Round 84. When did I end this? Either I gave up or I forfeit.
I can't believe I used to play this game.
Yeah, round
I didn't play a
84.
lot of zombies, honestly. I think my highest round was like, what? Like actually playing it by myself, I think it was 40. But my highest round with someone, I think, was around 70.
On what map?
I don't exactly remember, honestly. But I haven't played BO3 in a while, too. And I think I had most of the DLCs, but that was because I share played with Genesis. But at that time, there was this one time I lost his account, and he couldn't even get it back either. So, kind of sucked. So I didn't have all the DLCs that he had. I actually wanted to get like a really high round on one of the DLC maps on zombies, but oh well. But oh my god, I think BO3 was one of the first games where they released those weapons, right? DLC weapons, right? You remember those where you had to open up the crates or whatever?
Yes, Black Ops 3, but I think I remember Call of Duty Advanced Warfare also implementing that. That was the first. It was basically a gacha game. I don't know.
Advanced Warfare wasn't that good, to be honest. I had it on the PS3.
Yeah, same. That was my first ever Call of Duty game.
Honestly, I think the servers were unstable. I don't know about you.
I had a blast. Because
Really?
because I told so many people this, but Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, did I ever tell you that I got a DNA bomb in that game?
So 30 kills, right?
Yeah, 30 consecutive
And
kills.
0 deaths.
And 0 deaths.
Yeah.
So that was my first and only ever 30 kill streak in a multiplayer game. Call of Duty multiplayer.
I don't remember if I had any 30 kills. I think I did once in Modern Warfare 3 when I had the PS3. I think I was... Yeah. I forgot what the name of the maps were, but I had 30 kills and I somehow got a Moab. And it was snipers only too, so I was like quite impressed with myself. But that was like back in the day when I started playing Call of Duty and MW2. MW2. MW3 happened to be one of my first Call of Duty games. So
Modern Warfare 3 was your first? One of your first?
Yeah, I had so much fun playing that game.
Was it your very first Call of Duty
Very
game?
first Call of Duty, yep.
And your first shooter game too?
And yeah, my first shooter game, yep. I didn't really play much shooter games back in the day. As you know, I was a huge racing
you like cars.
Man, yeah. I mean, you could say that, yeah.
Did you play the modern Need for Speed trilogy?
The latest I played was Need for Speed Heat. Not Heat, Payback, sorry.
Payback.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Oh my god.
We used to, a year ago, October of 2020.
Yep. 2 weeks before our SAT.
Yeah, we tried to compete for the platinum trophy for Need for Speed Payback, and I remember, I think it was on the second stream. You're like, no, I'm not doing this. Yeah,
I played it twice already, and that was my third time redoing the game again. So I was like on the verge of giving up.
What are you talking about?
You were like so far ahead of me because I took like I only played for like an hour.
Yeah.
Each time I played, and that was, oh my god. And you were like already like almost done with it. I remember.
What are you talking about?
Which part? The campaign? Or
the campaign. All you needed to do was like the small stuff, like collecting the billboards and all those small stuff, like the coins around the map. But I was literally only halfway, and you were already like done. All you needed to do was those little things, and then what was it? Multiplayer, right? Because they also had multiplayer achievements for platinum trophy, right, for that game?
Yes.
But you didn't have PS Plus at the time, so.
Correct.
But I don't know. That game was, I would say it was visually appealing, but the contents of the game and the voice acting wasn't really that great. Especially when you mentioned Jess, the way her,
Jess, in my opinion, had some of the flattest voice acting I've ever heard. Nothing on the voice actor. Maybe the voice actor's great, but the voice acting, IMHO, was some of the flattest voice acting I've ever heard in a video game. It's like, I don't remember anything she said. It's just so generic. Maybe I'll even pull up a clip. It might take a while, but Jess had flat voice acting. Honestly, in my opinion, all of them had some pretty meh voice acting. No one was super into their character, I would say. Yeah,
you can tell they weren't really trying that much.
Yeah. But Jess was the worst example of that in Need for Speed Payback, and maybe in all of the games I've played. But,
maybe, yeah.
But I didn't. Payback was fine. Did you play? You played Need for Speed Rivals, right?
Oh my god. That was, in my opinion, one of the best Need for Speed games I played so far. Besides from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit back in the day. But yeah, Rivals was a huge step up from like
Oh, okay.
The year
This is my
before,
one. This is my
I think it was 2012, was Most Wanted. Yeah, Most Wanted. I played that one too.
Remember that?
And then I think the year after I bought Rivals, and I was like surprised because they like also came back with a theme of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, right? Where they had like the racers and the cops, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I was comparing it to basically with the last year's game, which is Most Wanted 2. Because the first Most Wanted came out back in 2003, right? And I was super amazed because they added like a lot of like abilities within the game, kind of like
What's up?
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit again. But the graphics were pretty much visually appealing, to be honest. It was like, I don't know if you can pull up a clip right now, comparison with the Most Wanted 2012 and Need for Speed Rivals, but in my opinion, for just that 1 year is a huge step up.
Let's
I don't know if
see.
you can pull it.
Oh, I think... Yes, I think this would be an appropriate comparison. So let me just share this here.
No, he sucks. He's a weeb.
Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of both of these games. I used to watch
Okay, join.
Yeah.
compilations of both of these games. So yeah.
Look at the graphics differences.
Okay, 720p might not do this justice, but I can tell.
I mean, you can tell a difference already just by looking at the shadows and how I guess the refraction of the sun, I guess.
Was this part of the whole... I'm assuming November, right? November? Yes.
Of 2013.
So this was
yeah.
right when the PS4 released. This was right after the
Yes.
PS4 release.
Yeah. I didn't buy it on the PS4 though. I bought it on Xbox because I had a Xbox 360 back in the day, which also ended up having the Ring of Death.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about? The red ring, apparently, that everyone had.
What does that do again?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it kind of like bricks your Xbox,
That's what
so
I've
you
heard.
can't really like play any games, to be honest. I don't know how to explain it, but it's been a while. And then after that, I had the PS3. That was my very first like experience with playing other games other than Need for Speed Rivals and like
Like what?
Most Wanted. Well, I played mostly. I think specifically, I played Call of Duty on that console. So I played Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, and I also played Black Ops 1. So I pretty much played all like the so-called classic, I guess, Call of Duties besides World at War and all that old stuff. But in my opinion, the PS3 is by far one of the best consoles I've ever owned besides the PS4.
I love it.
I mean, the PS4 too was pretty good. I played a lot of games on that, but can't really recall what games I really played, especially Fortnite.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. What's your favorite single-player game?
My favorite single player game?
Yeah.
I played 2 of the Rockstar games that came out recently, which was Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
And if I were to pick one story based and content wise, not talking about like multiplayer, just like single player, I would have to say Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead.
Has to be,
Interesting.
yeah, the content of the game is just, oh my god, it's like, it's a ton. It's like almost unlimited, the amount of things that you can do, especially the side missions that you can do. It's quite a lot. Like, I tried playing the multiplayer as soon as I got my PC, right? So that was around this time too of last year. around Black Friday. As soon as I got my PC, I tried Red Dead Redemption, and I bought only the online, which was only $5. And as soon as I started playing it, it was not as good as the story, because I felt like it was. It still had that open world aspect, right? But it was a little bit, I guess, too linear. I guess like I tried to play like the stories online, but they weren't like as exciting as story, I guess, because of the Arthur and all the gang, I guess, members. It was kind of out of touch, the story. It didn't really like had any meaning towards it. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it didn't have like a starting point. It just happened, I guess. But otherwise than that, the mechanics of the game is really good, honestly. Like, I mean, when was the last Red Dead Redemption that came out? 2010, right? The first one? I mean, they had 8 years to develop that game. So I would hope that they did good on the game, which they did, honestly.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you're smart.
But I would, yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2 is untouchable, honestly. One of the best games I've played so far, besides Witcher 3. Witcher 3, I still have not finished it yet, but Witcher 3 is really good, especially for its time, back in 2015. Really good content. Geralt's kind of funny, too.
Yeah,
But,
still.
yeah. How about you?
How about me? My favorite single player games?
I'm in Hush
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
I had, well, I've played, let's see, I'll just list off ones that come to my head immediately. The Infamous series. Infamous 2 was my first ever game for the PS3. Infamous, okay, so Infamous 2 was my first ever PS3 game. Infamous Second Son was my first ever Platinum trophy. I've played all 4 main Batman Arkham games. Basically, I don't want to say to 100%, but I've played a good amount of all 4 main Batman Arkham games. What other single player games have I played? I've played, what else? What other single player games? Let me just recount. I enjoyed, actually, despite how short the game was, I enjoyed Watch Dogs 2 a lot. I feel like I kind of want to go back and play a little bit more. It's like, I don't know, I'd hate to make the GTA comparison, but it's just like, it's like GTA 5, but with more hacking.
Yeah.
But, you know, Grand Theft Auto is generally in a league of its own. It's kind of, Rockstar puts a lot of attention into that game. But,
Definitely.
Watch Dogs 2. I haven't played the first Watch Dogs game, but I'm looking to get into that maybe.
That's a really hard game to recommend. I played it on the PS4, and 2 hours in, the voice acting and the gameplay and everything is just terrible. It's abhorrent, to be honest with you. Especially the voice acting. The voice acting, compared to Just and Payback, is a lot worse.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot worse. Like, their talking is just... They have no expression whatsoever. It sounds like you're talking to a robot, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to speak yourself, but I'm not discouraging you to not play the game. But those are just my opinions.
Yeah. Maybe that might be a part of it. But honestly, generally, you know, I was interested in Watch Dogs in the first place, mostly because of, you know, hacking and whatever. But I mean, I've seen some gameplay, but I don't know. I don't remember too much of the voice acting, it being particularly good or bad. I just remember, you know, you got people like Aiden Pierce. I know Aiden Pierce. I know about the kind of funny conversations he has with people like Jordy, T-Bone, and what is it? Is it his son or his nephew, Jackson? Right?
Oh, what the?
I
Yeah,
don't
something
remember
like that.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
that guy
Watch
was fun.
Dogs, you know, it was an interesting game to me. But voice acting, I don't remember too much of.
Yeah.
But yeah, Watch Dogs, the Watch Dogs series. Played Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh, I looked away.
You know, they
Oh,
do
good.
fulfill the promise
Okay.
of being able to play as virtually anybody that you come across in that game. But,
Wow.
Yeah, I heard a lot of mixed reviews about that game.
Yeah, there's a lot of details in that game that sort of break the realism a little bit. What can I pick out?
Just wait.
There's this.
Oh,
So,
she's right there. She's
I
right
mean,
there.
you
In
could
the-
go
in
just
the-
beyond,
in the garden,
you know, the
right there,
water
look.
effects were kind of
Not that one,
barely
that one,
there.
that one right there.
I'm not sure about the car. The cars were meh. They were all right. The weapons were okay. The
Yeah.
AI sometimes of the enemies, the Albion security guards, is kind of disappointing. Sometimes I remember my last trophy for Watch Dogs Legion. I was sitting in a bar, right, and the trophy was to escape a 5-star pursuit in that game, and I was sitting in a bar, and then you know, one at a time, just Albion guards, just barely. I guess one every few minutes, just one at a time, someone would go in, I'd shoot them, and then I would literally stand in front of them behind a door, and then the meter would just slowly go down as if I wasn't there, and I'm like, no, this isn't realistic, dude. It's so
Yeah.
easy. And then what else?
See that thing?
It's you know,
Wait, what is it? If I press F, does it smoke it?
it's all right.
Speaking of that, I think that GTA 5 does a really good job of that, especially the star ratings. Like, first star is, I guess, not too hard, but once you get into 5 stars, they literally have everything. They have armored cars, regular police cars, they have helicopters. It's just crazy. They go after you, especially those armored cars. They're like, yeah, they're a little bit hard.
Have you ever played? You've played Need for Speed Heat, you said, right?
Actually, no. I mistakenly said that. I have not.
But the police in that game are. I'll show you a clip, maybe. Maybe we could talk. Maybe talk a little bit more about video games. So I don't know. I'm gonna pull up a clip to show you how relentless the police are in Need for Speed Heat.
Thank you, Uchol.
Because it's crazy.
I'm pretty sure I've watched one of your live streams before. It was only one time, but I think you were like, as soon as you finished a race, there was a cop, and
police.
I think you accidentally hit him, and then he started chasing after you, and like 2 minutes in, I think you actually got caught or something.
Dude, every time I do usually, so I grind out reputation usually. So in the end game of Need for Speed Heat, I'm supposed to I'm in a crew, right? I'm supposed to get my crew reputation to level 50.
No.
So I single-handedly, you know, given that there were 30 members in my crew or whatever, I single-handedly had to rack millions of reputation from 46 to 50. That I don't know. Millions. I'd say at least
Help me.
if I had to put an estimate, at least 10 million XP for my crew, just so I could give everybody a free, I don't know, Ferrari or whatever. So so reputation can only be earned at night. So it was night races only, and then the police is everywhere. The police is scouring the city, and then usually, once I'm done with the race, there's usually police right at the end of that race. And then even sometimes midway through the race, I'd have police on my tail, and then they're relentless. They send armored vans through. If you're in the higher heat levels, you got 3 or 4 police cars. They're up to your speed, sometimes even faster. You know, you might be going 200 kilometers an hour on the road.
That's the thing that Need for Speed needs to work on. I feel like, especially with like regular police cars, they somehow just like you're going. Let's say you're in like a Bugatti or something, or like a Ferrari. They're literally you're doing like, let's say, 200 miles per hour. Okay, like 210 or 220.
Yeah,
and there's just this Ford cop car right next to you, matching your speed.
Exactly. Yes.
It really makes no sense. I mean, like, I get that there's some like, I guess, supercar like, cop cars, I guess, but like, especially, I mean, those cars are fine. It makes sense that they would be able to reach your speed, but like, as like the normal cars or the armored cars too. I'm not sure about Need for Speed Heat, but like back in Payback, like the regular cop cars, they would literally match up your speed, like no time whatsoever. It took them like no effort. Like they'll be just sitting there, like on the side of the highway, and you're just going like 200 miles per hour, and they catch up to you in less than 20 seconds. They're like already there.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Speaking of Need for Speed working on things, you know what bugged me the most throughout my Need for Speed trophy hunts? So you remember, you know how Need for Speed Payback and Need for Speed Heat had the drift zones, the speed traps and whatever.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of my biggest complaints, maybe it's just me, but one of my biggest complaints throughout the whole game, you know how Need for Speed is supposed to be a street racing game, kind of?
No, this guy's sick.
Oh yeah, street racing.
So
definitely.
street racing. So given that it's street racing, you know, I try and go through a speed trap, and then while I'm going, I don't know, 200 miles an hour down the highway, suddenly just a random civilian car just goes boom right in front of me, and then it just brings my speed all the way down, and then
that is the one problem. Yeah, it's the civilian cars, especially in races.
Street races, yeah.
Absolutely annoying. I don't know why they still include all those pedestrian cars during races. I get that it makes it a little bit challenging, but I don't know, it's kind of annoying, I guess, especially when you're going into a really tight corner, let's say, and it's like one way. I don't know if you had that experience, but there's always that literally not even like a small chance, like a 50% chance of you hitting that car.
Exactly. I've had to restart
I don't know.
so many races because of that, and then I've always expressed my complaints about adding a little ghost car feature into races. But then, you know, I go on Reddit and whatever, I look through that and people voicing the different concerns about that. And they're like, oh no, Need for Speed or EA or whatever shouldn't be able to do that because it's a street racing game. You're supposed to dodge the cars because that's the atmosphere of the game. And I'm like, I guess that would be alright, but I don't know. I think generally if you're gonna encourage competition and whatever, you at least remove the civilian cars so I don't lose a drift zone or a speed trap or an online multiplayer joint.
Yeah,
you know.
It's kind of true.
And then so back to Watch Dogs, right? So Watch Dog, okay, single player games. Infamous, Batman Arkham, Watch Dogs, what else? I'm just gonna run through the Assassin's Creed series. Is one of my favorites as well.
Did you play Odyssey?
I did. It took me 97 hours to finish that game. 97 hours. I have 3 streams on YouTube of that game that are 10 hours or longer. So it's a pretty long game. Although maybe I made it a little bit more lengthy than I should have. But I played Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, 2, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations. I played Assassin's Creed Revelations towards the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. All the others were before. Assassin's Creed Revelations and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I can get Assassin's Creed Valhalla from a few of my buddies, but I gotta reach out to them first. And then I can get Assassin's Creed 3 from also another one of my buddies.
Oh, I suck.
And then I don't know anybody.
All of you guys.
And then Assassin's Creed Road I can just buy. What were you gonna say?
As for speaking of borrowing games, you still haven't borrowed Red Dead from me.
I need a. It's either I play on my now. I don't know if I want to bring out the PS4 again, or I find a super rare breed of people that wants to trade out a disc PS5 for a digital PS5. Because that would be the only way, unless you have it on digital, then we can game share. But I know you have it on the disc.
Yeah, I have it on the disc.
So I either play on the PS4 or the super fast PS5. But I'm still trying to look into if I can get a disc version of the PS5.
I mean, you should look out for. I don't know if you're using your own email for PlayStation Network.
I am,
or
yes.
you're using your, you should probably look out for PlayStation Direct emails.
I've done those a few times, yes.
They do like random emails or random selections, I guess, of people buying PS5s.
Yeah.
And we were one of the lucky people who actually got selected.
Did you really?
Yeah, we got. My dad was the one who got the email, and I think it was about almost a month now. No, not a month.
Dude,
3 weeks ago. It was around, I guess, on a Thursday afternoon. Yeah, Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. I was literally on my phone. I had the clock, right?
Yeah.
With the seconds and everything. And I did it right on the dot, and I got in, right?
Yeah.
And apparently, like, it didn't take long, actually. It took only 5 minutes to get into the website and basically buy the PS5.
That's pretty fortunate. Cause,
I expected it to be like an hour of waiting at least.
That's what I did for all the times I went.
Reaction time. What was that reaction time?
But the thing is, that time was the PlayStation Direct thing. Like, if people got the links and shared it to other people, it wouldn't work because PlayStation would like it would say you're queuing, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm in one of the Discord servers for, I think it's called Stock Drops. Yeah,
I used to be on that.
Called Stock Drops. Yeah. So I clicked one of the links before, and it said that I was queuing and it might take an hour, right?
Yep.
I waited for 30 minutes, and the message changed. It said, "We are sorry if you got invited to a PlayStation Direct link. You must be invited by PlayStation in order to buy a PS5." And I think it was like that link that I used was exactly a week before that before I got invited. Not invited, but bought the PS5, I guess. And I actually bought this one, the one that you actually wanted.
Yeah. It's the newer model, right? You said it's the newer model?
Speaking of the newer model, I think that the heat sinks are basically smaller. I don't know if it's because PlayStation is having some component issues, just like everybody else, especially GPUs right now.
Yeah, the chip stuff.
But just like the components and all that stuff. But I mean, I personally have not experienced anything. Like, I mean, I don't really play that long. The most that I play the PlayStation is an hour long. But honestly, I've never had any frame stutters or the fan going like really loud, especially the PS4.
Yeah, no, it is definitely an upgrade. Yeah, very quiet.
The PS4 was like a jet engine.
Even playing PS5 games, it's super quiet. It's just a small rattle, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge step up. I mean, like,
oh my arena.
I guess the interface is actually really good. I really like the PS5 interface. It's just
Wow.
it feels definitely a lot quicker. I don't know about you.
You know, it definitely is. It supports finally, I have a console that supports the refresh rate of my monitor.
Oh yeah, 120 hertz, right?
Yeah,
Or
120.
144.
I don't know if PS5 does 144, but I know that I run Borderlands 3 on what is it? Performance mode on my PS5, and that runs at 120 hertz. So I know it's capable of doing 120 hertz, but that's about it.
That's nice.
But
it kind of sucks that Borderlands is not crossplay.
yeah, I know. I don't understand the logistics behind that. I don't know what Sony is doing.
Because I would have actually helped you try to get some trophies for that game since I'm on PC. But I don't know. I haven't been touching that game that much. Last time I played it was with Tafa and Joel.
Yeah.
And that was, how long was that ago? Before we graduated, so around May of this year. Yeah, May of this year. And I actually we only played for like less than a week, honestly, or a week. Yeah, for a week. And what level am I on? I'm on like level 30, but I wasn't playing as consistent as they were. But in my opinion, Borderlands 3 is it's really good. But personally, I think Borderlands 2 for me is a smoother experience, just because of my like PC, I guess. But like Borderlands 2 is, I don't know. I played a lot of Borderlands 2. I would say I probably put already 100 hours on it, but I didn't really play that much too, because I only started playing that game as soon as I got my PC, which was last year around this time too, and I played it only for I think 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I played it like every single day, like as soon as we were remote learning, but yeah, I played a lot. And I think I don't know where I am in the game right now. It's like one of the boss fights in some kind of like icy land area. I don't know. I forgot what it was called, but I guess, yeah, I don't know. But Borderlands 3, I don't know how I generally feel about the game, to be honest with you.
Who's your character?
My character was that girl who had the robot thing. I don't know what her name was. Like she could like,
I think, right?
Yeah, Mouse or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the mechanical whatever guns and whatever, right?
Yeah, the guns. Yeah.
Some Moes.
I don't know.
Yeah, Moes. I had Amara, the Siren. You know, I've chosen the Siren in Borderlands 1, 2, and 3. And in the pre-sequel, I chose Claptrap because Claptrap doesn't need oxygen to function. Since Borderlands the pre-sequel is set on the moon of Elpis, and then all the other human characters required oxygen to survive, basically. And I picked Claptrap because he had a basic biological advantage over but you know, it's Claptrap, whatever. But
I was pre-sequel, actually. I haven't really touched mine yet.
Okay, the pre-sequel, see,
is there anything remotely like related to the Borderlands series?
Yeah. So there's I think I don't know too much about it, but there's a lot of gap between the first and the second game.
Is it like League of Legends?
And then the Borderlands, the pre-sequel, was basically like Borderlands 1.5.
Does that mean
so you know how the main villain in Borderlands 2 was Handsome Jack? There wasn't really any connection between, you know, I don't think, maybe I might remember wrong, but I didn't remember anything about Handsome Jack that existed in the first Borderlands game. But Borderlands, the pre-sequel, just kind of introduces Handsome Jack as a villain and how he goes insane over the course of that game.
Oh my god.
So that's the main. I think that's the main purpose of the pre-sequel, because it helped flesh out Handsome Jack as the main villain of the next game, Borderlands 2, chronologically. But in terms of mechanics or whatever, it's you know what? I don't want to say identical. I want to say almost identical. Very, very similar to Borderlands 2. Borderlands, the pre-sequel, the only thing that it innovates in comparison to Borderlands 2 is the introduction of Oz kits. And then there's, Borderlands 2 is on a planet, like Earth or whatever. It's Pandora, we know that. But since it's on the moon, you have low gravity type of stuff. You have low gravity. You have oxygen kits that play into certain attack strategies and whatever. But that's about it. It's very, very, very similar to Borderlands 2, and that caused a lot of outrage in the Borderlands community for it being so similar to Borderlands 2, because they thought it should have been DLC for Borderlands 2. So
yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
My experience, it was still a cool game, but if you're trying to, I don't know, look for something different as a deviation or an innovation in the Borderlands series, Borderlands the pre-sequel doesn't do that much different in comparison to Borderlands 2. But it's a cool game. They recycle a lot of legendary weapons, a lot of weapons from the previous game.
What I find really fascinating about Borderlands is the amount of weapons that they have in each game.
Yeah.
Especially in Borderlands 3. I heard there are like...
No way. No.
I think billions of guns in that game.
I heard,
or something like that.
I heard that the first Borderlands game had around 100,000, maybe. Borderlands 2 had around 17 million. The pre-sequel, I think, had 6 to 8 million. I don't remember. And then Borderlands 3, I've heard that it's had about 1 billion weapons in the game.
Yeah.
And I can attest, because I have so many duplicate legendaries in my collection right now.
I'm just astonished the amount of like guns that they can put into the game. It's not really a multiplayer game, but still.
Yeah, it's a looter shooter.
But if it was a multiplayer game, it had to deal with all those guns, especially back in the days, because back in the days games were server based, right? It wasn't really like how it is right now, especially like games like Warzone, Valorant, especially Among Us. Among Us, if it was created back in the day, especially if it was server based, you would have to buy a lot of equipment for it. Maybe like billion. Well, not billions. I would say like millions, I guess. Maybe around like $60 million. But you know how like Among Us started as a two-person, I guess, developers, I guess. The developers were like only 2 people, and imagine being a 2-person company who was trying to make a game back in the day.
Yeah.
And it was server based. I don't think that they would have that kind of money just laying around there. But I don't know. But clouds are basically existing because of that kind of reason. Especially things like Stack Overflow and GitHub, I guess. But I'm not gonna get too technical, I guess.
Yeah. What else? Talked about Borderlands. Borderlands is a cool game. Other game. Oh yeah, I mentioned Assassin's Creed, and then you said you're sharing games and whatever.
Yeah, sharing games. Yeah.
What else? What else? What else? Video games related. Oh yeah. What do you like? Do you like Genshin Impact?
Genshin Impact?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really played much of Genshin Impact. I would say it's a pretty interesting game for like open world. It just really, I don't know. It kind of still bugs me that it's way too similar to Breath of the Wild, in my opinion. But
what are some elements that you found in Genshin Impact that are shared between Breath of the Wild and that game? Because I haven't seen too much of Breath of the Wild. I played way more, exponentially more. I've had exponentially more experience with Genshin Impact than Breath of the Wild, and I know that it's a great game, but I don't know the differences. So hopefully you could tell me about that.
I would say, just like the interface, I guess that's really similar.
Oh, you think we
But
can save, Flo? You think
I
we can
mean,
save?
gliding, I guess it's kind of similar to Breath of the Wild too. But I really, I don't know. I would have to play the game right now in order to tell you the difference. But from what I remember, those statues, I think, are one of the, yeah, the statues are basically, you pray to them, right, in Genshin Impact, and then I think you unlock like a certain section of the map, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that in Breath of the Wild, but instead of the statues, I think you have to climb up into the top of the tower, and then there will be like this kind of like device on the tower, and you would like interact with it, and it will just give you the entire like region of the map. But I think, but the statues in Breath of the Wild, they actually, I think you collect orbs through like, I forgot, I think it was defeating bosses or just doing like random missions, and you get like those kind of orbs. And those statues, so if you had like a certain amount of orbs, I think it was like 2 orbs or something to get like either extra hearts or extra staminas. That's like the only difference between the statues of Genshin Impact and Breath of the Wild.
Well,
because
I hate to break it to you.
Well, actually, I take that back. The hearts they don't have. I mean, no, the stamina they don't have in Genshin Impact, right?
Well, so you're talking about orbs and whatever. Do you know? Are you familiar with Animoculus and Geoculus? That type of stuff. So in the city of Mondstadt and Liyue, so those orbs that you're describing, they're basically Animoculus and Geoculus. You go around the world, you collect them, and then you feed them, or not feed them, but you give them to the statues of the 7 in Genshin Impact, and basically with every time you donate those orbs or Animoculus, Geoculus to the statues of the 7, you increase stamina. So that's basically what you're saying. So yeah, Animoculus, you give it to the statue and you get increased stamina. Sometimes I think you get, what is it? You get XP. Yeah, so you give orbs to the statue and you get stamina in return in Genshin Impact.
But they don't have hearts, do they?
Hearts?
They have hearts too?
Well, health is dependent
health.
generally on, the level of your character and
they
your
level your
artifacts.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with the game, to be honest.
Well, yeah. But I mean, that does definitely sound like a feature that you described in Breath of the Wild. So I might have to look at that. It's interesting.
Honestly, the mechanics of the game they're both similar. I don't know if you would have to like play about Breath of the Wild first to understand. Like the way the movements and everything is very, very similar to the Breath of the Wild. I don't know, but I think the one thing that Genshin does well is voice acting.
Yes, you said you got excited. I remember listening to you get excited at the Japanese voice acting.
Yeah, voice dubbing. I was like, what? Really? There's Japanese voice actors? I mean, I've never played a game that had a Japanese like dubbing before. I think it was one game, but it was a while back.
I'm trying to see if I can pull up a video without getting struck. Okay, I'm gonna see what kind of Breath of the Wild gameplay I could look at.
The similarities you're talking about?
Yeah. So I'm pulling up this small channel. Hold up. I'm gonna pull up this small channel on YouTube.
No, wait, I didn't.
And see if I
didn't know that
can
was an
distinguish
angle.
some
I didn't know the angle opened
similarities.
up.
This is what I don't think I can get any strike for this because this is a smaller channel. Shout out to Edward Carter
Did I drop it?
for
I
uploading
Mhm.
this. Okay,
Oh,
so
this is the old Zelda. I'm talking about Breath of the Wild.
Last one happened.
isn't this Breath of the Wild?
The one on the no way is that old. No, this is the wrong one.
Is it really? Let me see if I
Yeah,
can.
this is the wrong one.
Oh, wait. Edward Carter?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
this is short. Okay, let's do one of these.
If you get,
Yeah,
if you get gold, David,
there you go. Voice crack.
Okay. Okay, I see now. Yeah, it looked dated a little bit.
Yeah.
This reminds me,
no.
this interface. Huh. See,
Is it quite similar to Genshin?
I know this guy is thinking.
maybe Genshin, but one of the other games that came to mind was Super Mario Odyssey. Because
Oh yeah, yeah.
this game, you know, the interface
mean-
is simple.
but the thing is it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that really makes sense, but Genshin Impact.
I'll pull up some footage of Super Mario Odyssey.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, let's go ahead.
'Cause,
I played Super Mario.
Usually what I looked at in Super Mario Odyssey is that they usually they put so much detail. They put the detail into only what you walk through and whatever. And that's the content of the level. Everything else, background, doesn't really matter. Usually, when I look at Super Mario Odyssey gameplay, I look at the background, and there's almost nothing there because they don't really have to put time into making the background detail. So here, let's take this for example.
I remember this. I was over there.
Let's see. So Super Mario Odyssey. Shout out to Dark Kirby 14 for allowing us to look at this.
No way. 80.
Yeah, stuff like this, you know, super technical, you know, puzzle-like gameplay and whatever.
Puzzles. Oh,
But then,
especially Breath of the Wild.
yeah, and then you look at the background, and it's like there's really nothing there. I think. Let me see if I can find a more comprehensive.
That's a lie.
Let's see. See, you look at something like this, you know, super simple textures. They focus more on the puzzle aspect of the game, and then you see the background, and it's like, you know, they don't really have to put that much effort. Maybe this one would do it justice.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, not a lot of background stuff going on here. It's just a bunch of rails and a few buildings. Yeah, see, this is supposed to imitate a cityscape. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's nothing supporting what's under the level design. It's just metal. You walk on metal, and that's the only thing that you see. All of that is just, you know, it's whatever. And then...
Yeah. I mean, that's how most linear games are anyways. They don't really put too much effort into the background. While as Breath of the Wild,
It's an open world,
more
isn't it?
of an open world, yeah.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. But
Alright, let's see what kind of similarities we can derive here. And then maybe if Mario starts talking to someone, the text interface looks a little similar too. So you have the hearts here, but then you got the hearts here. But it's super minimal. Nintendo's good, I think, at being efficient with their interface and
No,
whatever.
I know, I hate Bob.
Yeah.
Let me see it, let me see it. Let me see it. I don't like the up.
I want Mario to
don't
talk
like
to
the up.
someone.
Oh my
Where's
goodness.
Mario?
yeah, he rarely
Yeah, I'm not picking
talks.
up, I just wanna
Yeah,
see
stuff
it.
like this,
And-
this linearity sort of puzzle-like thing, these things are very, very simple, it looks like.
Yeah.
These are very simple. They don't have to put that much attention into the background. Because I think this is
Yeah.
already really good, as it is.
I thought we
Let's
were
see, I'm trying to find some dialogue here. I guess not. I mean, they're more of the... I don't know, but let's see.
I mean, it's better than before. Like, remember when Mario was 2D back in the day?
Of course.
Guess is a huge step up.
Oh, interesting, interesting. Okay. So the inventory, yeah, it's definitely categorized.
this.
If you go into the inventory tab of
Heaven,
Genshin
heaven.
Impact, definitely some categories going on here. Materials, there's a section for materials, stones and whatever. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Gear is not necessary.
Bro,
It's not a thing.
That's that, man.
in Genshin Impact. Gear, it's more or less replaced by. Is this purely cosmetic, or is this gear purely cosmetic, or do they give boosts?
Some of them actually have benefits. So the one that he's wearing right now, you see that temperature? Wait.
Temperature.
So yeah, back up a little bit. Yeah, the temperature, that's his body temperature.
Okay.
So basically what that clothing is doing is basically lowering down his temperature or higher his temperature tolerance.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know if you can look it up and see like Breath of the Wild temperatures or whatever. I don't know how. Yeah, temperature.
Let's see, Zelda fandom. A recurring gameplay mechanic. Interesting. I have never seen a game play with temperature.
That place, the Death Mountain crater, was the one I had a lot of trouble with.
Let's see. Temperature is briefly used within the Death Mountain crater to hinder Link's progression. When exposed to high temperature, a counter will appear and will cause Link to die, unless he is revived by a fairy. However, this can be prevented by using the Goron tunic. I'm assuming. I think this is different from what's shown in the video, but the idea of temperature being an element in the game is interesting.
It's just like in the winter, basically.
Yeah.
Like us, we have to wear like jackets and all that. I mean, it's quite similar to real life. I like how they put the aspect of temperature into the game because it makes you feel a little bit more connected to the game, I guess.
I mean, Genshin Impact, to my knowledge, doesn't have something like that. So that's cool.
Don't.
That interaction, I'm sure. Oh, they got that little choices menu on the bottom right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the orbs that I'm talking about.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's donating the orbs to get either more heart or stamina.
Let's go.
In exchange for 4 spirit orbs. So spirit orbs are like the oculi or oculus, whatever, plural of oculus, oculi. In exchange for 4 spirit orbs, I will amplify your being. So tell me what it is that you desire. See, in Genshin Impact, you don't have a choice. It's stamina when you level up in the Statues of the Seven in Genshin Impact. So it's cool, but in that game you rely on other things. The size, that stuff. Clothing, armor isn't an.
Yeah, you see how it says heat resistant.
Yeah. Okay.
Each armor has their own, I guess, ability or bonus, I guess.
That's like artifacts in Genshin Impact, except this one uses armor, and artifacts aren't usually shown on your character in Genshin Impact. So this is cool. Okay. Oh, Link is using a claymore. It looks like.
Yep. Yes.
And then Knight's broadsword. Oh yeah, you can often find and then picking up stuff to get materials and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. The interface is just a little bit too similar. Genshin Impact.
Magnesium. What is this?
Oh yeah. So Link has abilities. I don't know how to explain it. So Magnet is like he can drag things around if it's metal or something like that, and his camera I don't really use that much.
Yeah. These games are epic.
But for a Switch game, this is like on a new whole level in my opinion.
Dude, if these games came to PlayStation, I would in a heartbeat plat them easily. These look so fun, but Nintendo's been kind of gatekeeping these super high quality games. You know Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are 2 of the highest rated games on Metacritic?
Really?
At 97 out of 100?
97 out of 100.
Yeah. 97% on Metacritic, and then Breath of the Wild 97% should be. right?
I'm so bad.
Uh,
I kept on moving.
Metacritic lists this at, for the Nintendo Switch,
No.
97 out of 100.
So much lag.
It's been, both of those games have been considered some of the
Yo,
greatest
wait,
of all
what's that? It's
time.
the luck yet.
So, yeah, I really want to play these games. These games look epic, and you know, the detail shows. If only if they went to PlayStation. But then again, we would have to give up stuff like The Last of Us, God of War, Ratchet and Clank, that type of stuff. But, you know, I'm willing to do that. I want more people to play the thing, and I want to play these types of games, so come on, Sony. First Borderlands 3, and then now you're just gonna... whatever. But yeah, open world stuff. Okay, usually, for stuff like this, there would be a loading screen. Simply opening a door, there would be a loading screen. What else? Bows, yeah, weapons are in Genshin Impact. That gliding you were talking about, is there a meter for how long you can glide in the air?
Yeah, you see that the stamina's going down while he's gliding? That's basically what it is.
Okay. So yeah, gliding, that's pretty similar. A walrus, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You can ride walrus.
Whatever this is.
Yeah, I got.
Also, they're everywhere.
Yeah, Genshin Impact doesn't have any alternate forms of transportation other than walking and gliding. So this is cool. Hopefully
Yeah, this is the only transportation in the game. I don't know, I forgot there were horses.
Oh, you got a giant sort of Shadow of the Colossus type thing. I saw this.
This is one of the divine beasts.
Can you climb these?
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Because I've seen stuff like this in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Doesn't really show Link
I know.
climbing it, but...
Oh, and food? Yes, they have food in Genshin Impact with different,
oh yeah, the one similarity thing is that, the campfire in, Genshin Impact, how you can make food.
Yes.
That's technically the same thing as Zelda, too.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. There is a temperature element in Genshin Impact, but it's restricted to a specific... Actually, technically in this game, there are specific regions that play with temperature, right? You can overheat in certain regions. Yeah, Genshin Impact does a similar thing in the location Dragonspine, if you know what Dragonspine is. It's that little cryo area on the map below Mondstadt. It's a tall place. It's so if you stay out in Dragonspine for too long, you start accumulating sheer cold. And then once you accumulate enough sheer cold, you'll be frostbitten. And then once you're frostbitten, you start losing health in increments until you go down to 0, and then your character is down. So then you go.
Yeah, it's pretty much similar, yeah.
So and then you go to a campfire. You go to a campfire to reduce your sheer cold, and then go back to normal. But yeah, now that I think about it, that is a pretty strong similarity, I see. Just this footage alone, just kind of.
I may be bottom.
Gives away.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
What else? Is there some other stuff?
I could have power.
Part 4, Hyrule Kingdom.
Yeah, I could have. It's a theory. It's a work. I know.
Hyrule Kingdom.
You didn't see me on Jet. My Jet wasn't safe.
Okay, that's
one was kind of annoying. The very, very last mission.
Whoa.
I'm trying.
Main quests. Okay, quests. The adventure log. Interesting.
No way.
No, advertisement. Okay, Sonos. I apologize. Yeah, a quest similar to that. Quest log similar to that. Uh-huh. Map has texture. I see the map has texture. Genshin Impact does that too.
Yeah.
Can people hear you pull out your weapon?
Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm assuming that's out of bounds. Bomb arrow? Okay. There's no
different types of arrows.
There isn't ammo per se in this game, but your attack. Yeah, no, arrows are unlimited in Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact.
With the exception of arrowheads, which are used for crafting, but not as ammunition.
Well, they're hacking.
Okay, that's gliding. Whatever that is. Stone Talus, is that a location, I presume?
It's one of the pieces. Yeah, that thing that's moving around.
Okay. And then running, yeah, running, and then stamina. And then climbing uses up stamina too?
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
And then a chest? Well, look at that,
Yeah.
a chest?
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty similar to Genshin Impact.
Ah, but
too.
this takes longer
I
to
remember.
open than in Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact,
yeah,
it's just, it
definitely.
pops open and
It's
then you
immediately.
can... Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably the
All my
most
alive.
Zelda
What the-
gameplay I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, you can also drown in this game too.
Is this a shrine? Hold on.
Yeah, this is a shrine. Oh, this is where you get the orbs. My bad.
Gosh.
The shrine. So you basically the shrine is basically a place to do. It's a puzzle
Come
pretty
on.
much.
Oh, just like Genshin Impact.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, yeah.
David just flashed
These
so
are,
hard.
yeah, puzzle shrines.
Mhm.
Except it looks like these
No
are
way.
a little bit
Just walk. Just keep walking.
more complex than. You know what? No, Genshin Impact is a few things.
They're pretty complex.
Yeah.
I've tried them before.
But yeah, Genshin
And,
Impact does have this same concept of entering a shrine and then
Wait a minute.
completing
Was that
it.
aim lock?
What's
Was that
the?
aim lock? I think that
You
was
said
aim lock.
orbs at the end of this?
Yeah,
Is it-
orbs. So
Orbs?
basically, yeah,
Orb
I don't know.
cheating.
There's this one guy. Yeah. Oh wait, what's he doing?
A remote
He was
bomb?
just there. Oh yeah, there's a bomb, and then I think
That's
that
it.
one freezes time. The one with the lock. That's the magnet I was talking about.
Yeah, magnesis.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
does that do?
I don't know
Well,
why he's
any
using
chance
it
that
right
I
now.
had
There's
your
nothing
operator
nearby.
is a good chance.
Stasis, cryonis.
Yeah. Basically freezing
Yeah, you're going to. What are you talking about?
thing movement. Yes.
That is.
I don't know what he's doing. Okay.
Oh. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this speaks.
Yeah,
Okay.
he skipped it.
A spirit orb.
Yeah, that's the one
May the
where you
goddess.
gain stamina and health.
Oh, and then tips in the loading screen. Yeah, that's something. Interesting.
Yeah, the loading time takes a while in that game.
So the shrine, okay, and then you complete that. Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, I just
Whoa.
got Jiggle P.
Xenoblade,
Um.
completely different game.
Oh, collaboration.
La-
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
Last one's fun. Last one's fun.
But yeah, a shrine. Usually you complete
she
that
just
to
proved
get
that.
certain rewards. This one is a little bit more specific. So
Let's smoke it up.
in this game, you just get spirit
Yeah,
orbs.
right.
Sometimes, if you complete a shrine for the first time in Genshin Impact, you could get stuff like companion XP, adventure
new
rank
characters,
XP.
right?
'Cause you're broke.
Characters can only be obtained through wishes in that game, which makes that a gacha game,
I'm
and
not
then
trying
this
to
is just a
eliminate
single
it.
player open world type thing. But yeah, shrine, a similar concept. What else do they got?
Oh,
Yeah, these remind me of Hilichurls, I think. Yeah, these look like some more complex Hilichurls. Yeah, this looks like a camp. Bokoblin Guts. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah.
no way I didn't get him. Wait, the judge sucks. The
That
judge
is
sucks.
just yeah, no, this is just looting a camp. Green rupees. Yeah.
If I had a Spectre there,
Does this
I
take
would-
place in India?
No. I have no idea. Oh yeah, that I don't know if he's not gonna even use it.
Hold that exact same angle.
Oh, and then there's a day cycle at the bottom here. Can you
Oh.
change the time
Yeah.
of day in this
Jump down.
game?
Yeah, jump down.
I think
Go
through
around, go around. There's another
sleeping. That's it.
door to the right, all the way down.
Okay.
Yeah, through
Oh,
sleeping.
that door's
That's
a
it.
different place.
Is there a designated location
Not
where you
now.
have to sleep, or can you sleep anywhere?
I don't exactly remember, honestly.
Because in Genshin Impact you can change it up to 48 hours anywhere. You can go anywhere and then just stay in one place for 48 hours and then the time changes. But
and then The Witcher, you can do it at any location. But I kind of forgot about this game.
Well, that was weird.
I think you have to stay at like a hotel. Yeah, you have to stay at like a certain place, like a hotel, and yeah, this is yeah, I forgot about this ability. It basically freezes water.
Similar concept in Genshin Impact.
And make those pillars, yeah.
Yeah, except in Genshin Impact, it's more like freezing water instead of making pillars. It's like characters freeze water so they can walk across it. Well, that's about it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Magnesis. This is unique.
He's basically trying to get a chest that's, I guess, attracted to metal.
That's interesting.
To magnet, I mean.
It's very nice.
Yeah, what?
Well, yeah. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah, I understand why people want to compare that to Genshin Impact now, because it does look very similar.
Yeah, it does.
What else? We talked about Borderlands. Talked about RPGs. Neo? Do you like Neo?
I mean, Neo's. I haven't really played that much, to be honest.
Are you just looking into playing samurai themed games at the moment, or are you willing to? You looking to other JRPGs?
Currently, at the moment, samurai games, but I'm pretty much interested in JRPG games too. Yeah.
What kind? What games are you looking?
Well, I was looking at Demon Souls.
Demon Souls, yeah.
Yeah, Demon Souls, and then I played a little bit of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
But I didn't really progress that much into the game since I haven't even passed the first boss yet. But I think it would be interesting to get into JRPG games, especially Demon Souls.
Demon Souls,
which is pretty much similar to Bloodborne and Neo.
You've expressed a little bit of interest in Nier Automata. Are you looking into
Automata. That? Currently, not right now. Sadly, at the moment, I don't think I can play single player games. But we'll see, because they take a lot of time.
Yeah. Are you interested in some PS4 games for your PS5? I got games.
I mean, right now I don't really play it, honestly.
Yeah, it's alright.
But yeah, I'm really not interested.
Yeah.
Light Vandal?
What other games? Let me just run down my favorite series again. So yeah, Assassin's Creed, Arkham City, the Arkham games I've played.
Lego,
dude. Lego games are, you know what? They're generally catered towards children, but you know, you might be, kind of discouraged by the game being super easy. There's no penalty for death or whatever. You don't lose anything playing Lego games or whatever. But they're nice.
Except for currencies.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of personality to them. Lego, what is it? Lego DC. In recent memory, Lego Marvel Superhero. That's been, oh my gosh, it's been almost 3 years since I've played that game. But Lego DC Supervillains, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Those were great Lego games. They're generally, they say E for everyone 10 and up, but I had a great time playing those Lego games. I think maybe there's a little bit of a barrier of maybe more people wanting to play more mature games, but I think Lego games are pretty humorous sometimes. That can be enjoyed by any type of audience of any age. Lego games are great.
The only Lego playing
buy
I
these every day.
played was, I think, Star Wars. That's it.
Which one?
That was on the Nintendo
That's
DS.
what they wanted.
And
But they actually wanted.
I don't really remember
Noah
what
has
Lego game it was called, to
Look
be
at their
honest.
team.
It's been a while.
5x4? Oh my god.
I played a lot of Nintendo games, I can tell you that. Especially Pokemon. Specifically Pokemon. Yeah, I played Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Pearl, Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Black
No way.
and White, both of them. And then I played Pokemon Black 2.
Oh yeah, they're pushing A.
And then I also played Pokemon Silver and then Heart and Gold 2. So I played pretty much a lot of Pokemon games on
You
the
also
Nintendo.
played, was it Pokemon Sword or Pokemon
Oh,
Shield
turret. You
on
just
the
died to
Nintendo
turret.
Switch?
Pokemon Sword.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I also
remember.
played that game.
I remember sampling that a little bit. I was just messing around. I was like, hey, can I play Pokemon Sword? It was in study hall
Well,
2
I
years
haven't
ago.
heard Sultan. What are you
And
talking about?
Yeah.
yeah, I was just basically sampling out. That one's more third person than most, right?
Okay, we
Yeah, it's not like
watch
the classic 2D like aerial view of the old Pokemons, but yeah, that one's more like 3D.
Yeah.
It kind of gives off that open world, I guess,
Yeah.
kind
I've
of
seen
like
that.
experience, but it's still quite linear.
Like Nintendo stuff, right?
What
Because
are you talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
that's a common theme among Nintendo
Yeah.
games.
Are you bought?
Definitely.
Oh,
Except
Uh,
for Breath of the Wild, but
yeah, by 2.
I'm so surprised Breath of the Wild can
Okay.
fit in Nintendo.
I know.
Honestly,
The Nintendo Switch it's like I like to say it's a PS Vita but more sophisticated.
yeah.
You suck.
Did you ever own a PlayStation Portable? Any one of those things?
They're there. Hard left. Hard left.
Yes, I did. But
PSP
it
or
was
PS
it was
Vita?
my brother's. It was my brother's. I didn't really play it that much. All I remember playing was I think a little bit of Final Fantasy, but I don't remember which one it was. But mostly I played Star Wars. It was
Yeah.
a really, really old Star Wars game. I forgot what it was called.
Was it the PlayStation Portable or the PS Vita?
No, he's
Portable.
not.
Okay, so one
So
of the
the
old ones.
yeah, the
I forgot
old
what-
one, whichever one that was, PSP.
Yeah, no, the older one, the PSP.
Yeah, PSP.
And then I've expressed interest in trying to get a PS Vita, so I can game, I can get trophies on the
Trophy,
go.
yes,
No way,
yeah.
you just
The
won
closest
it.
thing I've had
Yes.
to
Oh
trophy
my
hunting on the
gosh.
go is only games that offer mobile cross save support. So like Genshin Impact, I play on the go and whatever,
Always?
and I get stuff there. But
Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah, Fortnite. If I wanted to,
Fortnite.
it actually does cross save. Did you ever get
Yeah.
into Fortnite Mobile?
When I
overpowered. So overpowered.
think when I got my Note 8, I did.
Mm.
Yeah, that was like,
That's OP.
oh
Give it that.
crap. When Fortnite came out, or when mobile came out, like a year after, right? When the game actually came out. So back in like 2018,
something like that.
Because the game came out in 2017.
Yeah,
if I'm
Fortnite as a whole
right.
came out in 2017.
On-site, they
I
recorded.
think maybe a little bit earlier than a year.
Yeah,
Fortnite
right.
Mobile, because I remember
Snowman.
Fortnite on iOS and I think Android too. You needed a code to activate
I'm David.
Fortnite
no,
on your
not.
phone, and they were limited too.
Mhm.
I remember Jason sent me a code for Fortnite on my
Yeah,
on my
yes,
iPad,
that
and I'm
was
like,
just
whoa,
now. I
whoa,
didn't think
thank
so.
you, thank you for
I didn't
giving
think
me this
so.
exclusive
I
code.
don't think so.
And then, you know, fast forward a few years later, it's taken off the App Store because,
What are you gonna do about
I don't know, Apple and Epic Games couldn't come to an agreement or something, but I don't remember.
Yeah, about basically the microtransactions in the game.
Something like that. Let me look at that real quick.
Finish it.
What is the
I
issue between
I
Epic
mean,
Games-
Apple has a lot of problems
I
with
will
those
finish
kind
the
of
sentence.
things,
I will-
especially
I will-
in-game not in-game, but in-app
Yo, someone
purchases, I
record that.
guess, because they're saying that they're using their
Where's
basically
that nade?
the App Store in order to basically get their app out, I guess.
What are you
I don't-
doing?
Okay. I found this on Wikipedia. Again, it's Wikipedia. Maybe there are some things wrong here.
Yeah, that's what I
But
Wow.
let's look at this for a second. Epic Games versus Apple is a lawsuit brought by Epic Games against Apple in August 2020 in the United States District Court. Okay, so this was never brought to Supreme Court. Okay.
Oh,
Nope.
Related to Apple's practices in the iOS App Store, Epic Games specifically had challenged Apple's restrictions on apps from having other in-app purchasing methods outside of the one offered by the App Store. Epic Games founder had previously challenged the 30% revenue cut that Apple takes on each purchase made in the App Store, and with their game Fortnite, wanted to either bypass... Okay, before I look into that, what is the... how much is Epic Games? It's got to be in the billions at this point, right? Today...
Yeah, definitely in the billions.
Whoa! Today, Epic Games announced that it completed a $1 billion round of funding, which will allow the company to support future growth opportunities. Epic's equity valuation is now $28.7 billion.
I mean, you gotta think about the game is free,
But,
so they're
dude,
basically getting those money from those microtransactions of skins and basically buying. I think the story game, right?
Yeah, he's pushing up.
something like that.
Yeah, I think there's like a story game of
Yeah.
Fortnite. I don't know.
Kenichiro Yoshida, I may be
What?
wrong here, but this guy's responsible for
Below you, Bobby.
blocking that little Sony
Yeah,
from
right there.
not cross-playing Borderlands 3.
Borderlands.
In less than a year, the company behind Fortnite has nearly doubled in value from about 18 billion in July 2020 to nearly 30 billion in April. That's why. So Apple's rich enough, dude. Apple, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the first company
Have you seen the
to reach the $1
AirPods?
trillion market cap, whatever that
I mean,
means.
Bro,
They did
Yeah.
innovate
I'm
the
in there,
technology
let's go.
of what we have today, especially with iPhone and Macintosh.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, worse
I
than
own my two most used devices are Apple products. Well, not
Mhm.
not my PC isn't.
Not PC, yeah.
That's how much I got my
But you know, you won't, unless Apple innovates in the PC thing, you won't see me using a Mac anytime soon.
Mac for gaming,
Yeah.
especially the one that looks like the trash
know.
can.
Maybe.
Like the
Oh, are
case
you talking about the
is
cheese
like
grater?
not silicone.
Or the KFC console, the KF console?
KF.
Is this the trash can you were talking about?
No, there's like the
Regular AirPods,
Mac
like the-
Mac trash can. I'm pretty sure.
Are those a thing?
I remember the cheese
Are those a
grater.
thing?
Yeah, recycle. No. Yeah,
this
there
thing?
you go.
This looks like the
yeah, yeah.
HomePod. So I guess the HomePod is also a mini trash can too, right?
Pretty much.
Not really.
outputs.
It's a little bit more sophisticated than that. But this is
No,
just
it's
straight
not.
up. Yeah, the cheese grater. This is the one I was hinting towards. The cheese grater Mac Pro.
Cheese grater.
This, that's a miniature
Don't
trash
forget
can.
this spike, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much. That came out in 2013.
Imagine if
Boy.
Apple made a gaming PC. That would innovate so. I mean, really? B&H selling this? Actually, you know what? Hold on. 580X?
It's only a Radeon 580. I don't know what the Pro and the X supposed to mean. I guess there's
8
a better.
core? Just 8?
That's
Oh wait.
yeah.
Spike.
I just don't know. I just don't understand what's the hype around Apple.
Oh, that is
honestly.
ridiculous.
Wait,
Especially like the Macs and all that. Like you get.
I can't hear you.
That's
I can't
RAM.
hear you.
You
Hold
don't-
on.
Goodness, I
This
can't
is
hear you.
RAM. 768 gigabytes of RAM? My gosh.
Yeah.
For shop
Good luck.
variants.
And then SSD storage, 8 terabytes.
What are
This is all
you
from
gonna do?
B&H.
Run a server on it?
Dude, you could legit... You know the Air Force, the United States Air Force made a supercomputer out of 1,760 PS3s?
1,700.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Air
yeah,
Force
yeah, level is just too advanced, bevel is just too damn.
Supercomputer, yes. Fizz.org. There are a few things on here, but U.S. Air Force
PlayStation.
connects 1,760
Behind you,
PlayStation
David.
3s to build supercomputer.
Behind you,
back-
behind you.
That's just old.
You know, this is PS3. Imagine, you know, PS5. if the PS5 is I don't know, it's so much faster than the PS4, and the PS4 was already way ahead of the PS3. Imagine, I bet it'll only take, I don't know, less,
probably
fewer
like
than
200.
100. Yeah, in the hundreds maybe of PS5s to create a supercomputer. But yeah, it's interesting. And then, you know, I wish, let's look into that. Apple gaming PC. Apple could be making.
Wait, this guy got
I don't
Tourette's.
know
I
who
mean, not
Tom
Tourette's.
is. Here's why that
I
makes
mean-
sense.
Wow, David.
Esports
That is
PC.
not part of the-
Yeah. Right. Okay. Why doesn't Apple create gaming PCs? I don't know. Might have to look into that later. But yeah, $1 trillion. Well, back to this Epic Games stuff. What else?
Oh, wait,
So
you
Apple's
didn't get
already
Apple?
rich enough.
How did
$1 trillion
that-
market cap, as I said before, and as Wikipedia
What?
says. Yeah, a billion, more than 1.5 billion Apple products in use worldwide. What else? Challenge a 30% revenue cut. So,
Yeah.
So were you
that would
founded?
add billions to Apple's
Yeah,
already.
Apple.
How do you
Yeah,
know it's
Apple
exploding
was
network?
planning to do 30%.
How do
I
you know
remember.
Purchase
This was
made in
last year
December.
too, during
Yeah.
the pandemic, or this year actually.
The game
Oh.
Fortnite wanted to bypass either bypass Apple or have Apple take, so basically cut Fortnite from the App Store
Hmm.
or
They pushed me,
reduce
help me.
this number. Epic implemented changes internationally to bypass the App Store payment system,
What?
prompting Apple
That
to
was
block
so
the game.
bad. Oh my
Apple filed a countersuit asserting
shot at the
Epic
smoke.
purposely breached its terms of contract with Apple to goad it into action.
Don't crouch. Just
Trial
crouch.
ran from May 3rd to May 24th. In the September 2021 ruling, judge decided in favor of Apple on 9 of 10 counts, but found against Apple on its anti-steering policies.
Up.
Rogers prohibited Apple from stopping developers from informing
I know my
users.
spray pattern.
Wait. Prohibited Apple from stopping Okay. Google pulled Fortnite from. Okay.
Oh, you shot your portal.
I don't know the law or whatever, but it's interesting. Oh, let's look at
Yeah.
this. Epic Games and Apple discussed whether other apps such as Minecraft and Roblox should be defined as games or metaverses. Though they hold on. Though they agreed that Minecraft is a game, they disagreed over how to define
your eyes,
Roblox.
T-Tom.
Epic argued that Roblox, like Fortnite, is a
Yeah,
meta.
yeah.
I don't know what a metaverse is. Do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
A metaverse?
Never heard.
The word.
Fictional universe. I guess that makes sense. It's basically like a virtual
Also,
world.
Yeah, go back to your country, Asian boy.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's wow. Okay.
Huh?
The word metaverse is made up of the prefix meta and the stem verse. This term is typically used to describe the concept of a future iteration of the internet, made up of persistent, shared 3D virtual spaces linked into a perceived
right.
virtual universe. Have you played DC Universe Online?
Nope.
Oh, dude.
Uh,
Great game, but fits under this
Oh, wait,
category.
there's another
I
one.
felt like I could spend my entire livelihood into that game because it was just so detailed and online.
What was
But
that?
anyway,
Yeah, detail like more. What is it? Mortal Kombat.
dude, Mortal Kombat. Is that Frost? No, I'm just kidding. Such as Minecraft and Roblox should be defined as games or metaverses. I mean, the online aspect,
This, that.
I don't
definitely
know.
Minecraft.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I don't know. I think
Oh.
generally, if I were to think about it as a metaverse, you know, my first comparison would be between Minecraft and then what I said, DC Universe Online. But I don't know if there are any online servers on Minecraft that are basically living simulations of life. I don't know if there's any online
I don't
stuff
know.
there, but I don't know.
Yeah. Think I've heard some companies in the workforces are basically changing from Zoom to like trying to move into virtual reality. which is actually quite a cool concept.
Yeah.
But thing is, either the company or the workers have to basically buy their own headsets, pretty much. But it's not like back in the day where headsets used to cost like thousands of dollars. It's a lot cheaper now.
Yeah.
But it's still expensive. Saying it's cheaper.
So yeah. So they agreed Minecraft is a game. I generally agree with that. They disagreed over how to define I would understand that. I would understand how sophisticated is Roblox these days. You know my PSN username, September 1st, 2006. I started playing this for the first time at around 2009. And that's where I actually got my PSN username. I've been using this for more than 10 years. Roverout2667. That was actually my Roblox username before it became my PSN username. So, that's little nugget of information for you. I started out in Roblox before becoming a trophy hunter with PlayStation, but
Minecraft also came out in the same year, right?
64.
I think so, yes. But I had
They're
Minecraft
the same year, or
I think it's 2009, 2010. I'm leaning more towards 2009.
I think older than that.
Oh, 2011.
David, I know you're rich, David.
No,
David.
the game is not that new, I don't think.
Where's release?
Oh, wait, it's not the one that makes a cool noise.
That is old. 2013. Minecraft has gone through so many changes. I have trouble keeping up. Okay.
Exactly.
That skin is the coolest skin.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
This stuff? I don't know this.
It's been in development.
The update that changed the world. Okay. Okay, but anyways. Metaverse. Roblox. The sophistication of Roblox. Right.
Isn't it just like people creating their own, I guess, virtual worlds?
Yeah, creating but generally with the metaverse idea, you take stuff like Final Fantasy 14, for example. Final Fantasy 14, DC Universe Online. What's another big RPG? I not really Genshin Impact, but RuneScape. Yeah, RuneScape is a classic example.
RuneScape.
But those types of games, I would define as metaverses because it's one big world. One big world.
Wow, you suck.
Games where you think about, okay, can I spend my entire livelihood in this game interacting with
GTA 5 is a good example.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, the online portion, yeah, I would figure. I mean, does that mean GTA 5 is an MMORPG? I don't know.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But like I'm saying, if you're talking about universes,
yeah. No, I get it. That's
basically,
an interesting.
Yeah. Just pretending that your online character is you, and you're doing all that stuff. Yes, owning all those houses or cars and all that.
So Roblox. I remember back when I played Roblox, it was just you play on a world. They were different worlds. It's not tied into one big hub or whatever. But let's see. Epic argued that Roblox, like Fortnite, is a metaverse. While what's the? Okay, so this is the first stuff at their trial. Roblox. Wait. While Apple argued that Roblox is a singular game and that games within it are experiences, okay, compared to individual worlds within Minecraft. As a result, in May 2021, Roblox immediately altered its branding to remove the word game from its website. Is that true? Hold on. Really? It just says Roblox is a global platform. Wait. I don't see replacing. Wait.
Okay, and
Roblox is a global platform that brings people together through play.
Get on my level. Get on my level.
Shh.
Get on your knees where you belong.
Okay.
Look at me.
Yeah, no, this is about right. Roblox is the ultimate virtual. Okay, is this what? Is this the debate here? So they reflected this on. That's weird. Roblox is the ultimate virtual universe So, did they say that after this trial, or did they... Okay, wait. Share experiences with friends and be anything you can imagine. Join millions of people. Yeah. Squid Game. Okay, Immediately altered its branding to remove the word game from its website. Apple defended its curation of content on the iOS App Store, a restriction that had previously prevented cloud gaming services like GeForce Now or Google Stadia from offering a direct app on the iOS Store, as each game would require approval by Apple under Apple's rules, but would allow for these services to be offered through a progressive web application. What is that?
Go be, Bobby, go be.
I can't entirely interpret that. Let me try and rethink that.
Oh no.
Defended its curation, prevented Google Stadia from offering an app. So there's no Google Stadia app on the App Store right now, on the iOS Store.
Apparently not.
So each game would have to be approved by Apple.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're allowing, so they don't have an app for Stadia on the App Store, but they can be offered through Safari. That's basically what it's saying here, what I'm getting at. So basically, so yeah, Apple will not give them an app on the App Store, but they're allowing them to be offered through their proprietary web browser. Okay, that's what I'm getting at here. Apple pointed to the recent addition of itch.io. What is this?
No idea.
A website to offer indie games. Never heard of that.
It's one of those third-party app stores, pretty much. Yeah, it's one of those third-party app stores.
Seen as a new way. It reminds me, I don't know if it's the same thing, but it reminds me, do you remember playing Armor games? Does this look familiar to you?
No.
Armor games? These were the...
Cool math.
Cool math, technically?
You gotta turn that on.
Yeah, stuff like that too. Cool math, generally. I would imagine it would be a similar concept to itch.io. I played Cool Math growing up. Arbor games, when I was young. Before, I think Armor games and stuff preceded my PlayStation 3 days, because PlayStation 3 was when I really tapped into console gaming. Before that, I borrowed my usually my father's PC, and then I'd play computer games on there, like Armor games, Funbrain. You know, Aiden Tompkins.
Not really.
He brought back this repressed memory of Funbrain. It looked different. I think this looked different when I played it a long time ago. But Funbrain, and then Pop Tropica. It's not the same concept as itch.io, but I used to play this mad growing up. What? I'm not here to pick a character.
I used to play, what was it, Run 2 and
Run 2, yeah, those type of cool
restaurant games.
If only you had an amazing...
Why am I... Wait. It's that simple? No way. I didn't intend to...
Oh, speaking of web games, Club Penguin.
Club Penguin, that joint got deactivated, didn't it? This is sophisticated for a browser.
I think it got renamed now or something.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, I played these as a kid. Wow. And then oh, dude, the mechanics are still this. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Clifford the Red Dog.
Yeah, no, they put ads usually. They usually put ads in between worlds. So yeah, this is the travel section. No, I'm not here to... What the flip?
Kind of miss playing these kind of games.
24 Karat, that still exists.
24 Karat.
And then they had proprietary islands. I don't know what Survival 1 is. Fairy Tale, I don't know what that is.
Fairy Tale, wow.
24 Karat is one of the OG islands, I remember. Time Tangled and Mythology, those are the OG islands.
Mythology.
Let me see if 24 Karat, I remember... Wait, what? Why is this a
No.
difficulty rating?
Oh,
Oh, this was mad. I know I'm going off the rails here, but dude. Sorry. I used to, the Carrot King Diner, I used to spend, there's a drink machine that allowed me to mix drinks. Yeah, buddy! Yo, this is it! I remember this!
No way.
Oh yeah, I used to mix drinks just cause I felt like it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And speaking of mixing drinks.
Look at that. Oh, this game was a madness.
the only wins you could have actually. Oh, you could have.
That's disgusting. Whoa, I'm a mutant.
Wait.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, his hair just changed?
Yeah, my hair changed color. What do you want? Let's do green. You want to try green?
Yeah.
Oh, Star Wars Vision.
Yo, this is
Forgot
mad.
that thing.
Let's do something fruity like purple.
I meant to watch it. Shoot.
Purple.
Oh, that's a nice color. Yeah, not bad. But anyway, I just reliving memories. So yeah, metaverses. What else did I say? Itch.io, similar concept to that stuff. Okay. Indie game to the Epic Game Store. Whoa. Apple pointed to the recent addition of Itch.io and Indie Game Storefront to the Epic Games Store, stating that as Itch.io lacked any type of moderation of content, this had allowed the Epic Games Store to effectively include a large amount... Wait, really? What was the Epic's own store? Was Epic catered towards kids or something? I don't know.
I have no idea.
What?
Fortnite is. I don't think Epic
mean-
is catered for kids as a whole.
Yeah, that's weird. While Apple's policies require moderation of app-by-app content to prevent such a situation, Epic pointed out that it only distributed the itch.io client and was not responsible for any of the games that the client itself distributed or sold. Okay. Apple's anti-steering policies, which prevent any app from directing or informing its users to a different storefront outside of Apple's iOS one to make purchases, were brought into question as related to potential antitrust charges. Anti-steering policy... Wait, let me read that again. Prevent any app from directing or... So... You can't... So... Piracy? Is that what I'm getting at here? Which prevent any app from directing or informing its users to a different storefront. So, a third-party service. So, if you try to... Anti-steering policies, if I'm interpreting this correctly. So, say you have an App Store game like Angry Birds. Apple prevents Angry Birds to direct you to a... I don't know, some third-party store. So, I don't know. That sounds like piracy to me. I don't know. I wouldn't understand if they question piracy. You know.
There goes. I mean, for me, when it would be piracy is when the games are not free. And
Yeah.
You get them for free.
Yeah,
But
or if they change stuff like that.
yeah, in terms of like, I guess free games, I don't really see it as piracy, unless you're getting the in-game currencies for free. But I don't know. Apple is just basically seeing a way to make their most profit, I guess.
During the trial, Wait, hold on. Anti-steering policies had been deemed acceptable in practice. Okay, anti-steering, yep. Acceptable in practice in the 2018 U.S. Supreme Court case, Ohio versus American Express. Wait. Anti-steering policies are acceptable as long as no harm was shown to either side. So... This is strange. I don't know the law. I'm just reading off what I'm seeing here. Epic attempted to argue that with Apple banning developers, they were taking a larger share of app revenues. Huh. That's interesting.
Oh.
What was I talking about again? How do we get to Epic Games versus Apple?
Yeah, that's how I was.
I don't remember, to be honest. I think I was the one who brought it up. I brought up Fortnite, and then I
Yeah.
talked about the lawsuit.
Oh yeah, mobile games. We were talking about mobile games, and then you were talking about the lawsuit. Talking about mobile, yeah, crossplay games like Genshin Impact, cross progression.
Yeah.
There's so much
I remember now, yeah.
And then you said Fortnite is one of those games on the thing. And then
bad.
You wanna end the podcast?
I mean, we did an hour and 45 minutes of conversation.
We did, dude. We did more than expected. We
Yeah.
were supposed to do
I mean,
30 minutes,
I like it. It's long form.
Oh, really?
I like
Yeah.
this sort of stuff.
dude.
It's
Oh
alright.
my god, we should do more of this.
Yeah,
we should
this-
get more people. I actually don't mind.
This is my 4th iteration at doing this type of thing.
Podcast.
The first time around, it was just kind of meh. I had 4
Meh.
other people, and then we did it in a server, so there were people joining in and out, doing whatever.
No.
And now you're back to the nice hot
Oh, actually, hold on. And then the second time, it was what was it? The second time, it was it's unlisted now, but it was me. It was me doing a little Asian Asian season kind of promotion podcast. That one went on for almost 3 hours. We went off the rails talking about a little bit of other things. We talked about different stuff. And then the third time, it was one-on-one with me and Sam. It was a little, it was a weird podcast. Not even weird, it was just kind of spontaneous.
Off topic. It wasn't like.
No, we had a topic, and I don't know. I remember us being super heated during that conversation. It was just like,
Obviously.
private.
What do you expect?
yeah.
What do you expect? It's Sam.
It was just kind of more of a little bit of a superficial type of thing.
Hmm?
I decided to make a podcast to document that type of stuff. I'm just kind of adamant of looking back on that because I say a lot of heated things there that might not go well with a public audience. But
Yeah.
that was the third one, and this is the fourth one. Basically, talking.
What do you
about-
feel about this one?
This one, it's probably the most consistent one that I've done to date.
Really?
We came in, we were thinking about general topics. We kind of stuck to those general topics. I know there were some that we didn't touch upon, but for the most part, the flow was nice.
Yeah.
We were engaging with the questions and whatever. We were,
We were like going back and forth.
I explored a few new things for the first time, as in, like the actual similarities between, Genshin Impact and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
What?
What else?
What else do we do?
I don't know. We talked about games and whatever. My favorite games, your favorite games.
Oh, Need for Speed Heat.
Yeah,
our
Need for
our
Speed,
consoles.
street racing stuff. But we covered a lot of stuff. It's the most consistent
we did.
podcast that I've had so far.
It wasn't like we didn't have any pauses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We didn't have
no, exactly.
we didn't have like a time where we ran out of like topics to talk about. We just kept on building it up.
Yeah, I remember
That's why-
a few times throughout
That's why,
this.
yeah. That's why a few times where I was like, kind of like going into what you're saying and
Yeah.
basically extending upon to create basically another topic we can talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it went a lot better than I expected.
Yeah,
to be
no,
honest.
this was fluid. It was nice.
Yeah.
We came up with the topic. We just kind of ended here.
Mhm.
We right now, as we're speaking, we are almost an hour 49 minutes into the podcast.
Did a podcast.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
How many
Yeah.
people watch?
Yeah, I had according to the stream analytics here, there have been
Mhm.
7 playbacks.
Ooh.
Really?
The average watch time was 5 minutes 10
Yeah, who is
seconds.
Well, that's not.
It's whatever.
It's all right. Would have been
If I
pretty
say
cool if it
video,
was 20
I'll-
minutes.
But it's 10:21.
And we started at 8:30.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Almost
8:30 or
2 hours.
8:40. Yeah.
Um.
Wow. This is wow. I did not expect that. Our initial goal was 30 minutes.
No, exactly. And then Joe, the Drogan experience. He's like, "Wow,
Yeah.
I can't believe 3 hours just went by." Because usually when he's with his guests on his podcast, he usually sets the minimum or something like that. He usually sets a goal for 3 hours of conversation, but then the podcast is over and they're like, "Oh, I can't believe we just went through 3 hours of that." Like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
it felt like
me neither."
30 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
But,
you're running your mouth for like 3 hours. That's a lot.
Yeah, no, exactly.
No, it's definitely a lot, and it basically drains you because you have to think of like new topics to think about and how to respond to basically not only questions but basically through your own experiences, like we did
Yeah.
basically
exactly.
with Breath of the Wild and Genshin.
Who is that?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's more.
Don't know who.
yeah. There's definitely a lot more topics we could talk
Definitely
about.
more, but in terms of the podcast number 4 in my books, this is solid. So if
Solid?
this is a good. This is a good.
That's
form.
that's good then.
Okay.
We-
You have any final thoughts? Any? Ideas?
Final thoughts? Well, I was planning to do our next topic as anime, but we need to bring more people who actually
Yeah, let's-
know
let's-
the anime community.
Let's be a little curious about that. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, honestly, because I'm gonna go into depths of talking about anime.
Sure. I'll be a spectator.
Basically.
I'll be like, oh, so what's your favorite and whatever and how?
Yeah,
what
you
do
can
enjoy?"
you can be asking those questions. Yeah,
Sure, I could be a mediator. for that.
basically, yeah.
But I think that's all from me today. If you want to end on anything else.
Thank you for those people who actually watch the podcast. I
Yeah,
guess
I know this is late.
And
But
yeah,
there have been
five
people in the chat.
5 minutes are good enough, I guess.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now. Shout out to Josh M and Timothy Lalamentic for commenting in the chat.
What was the timeline?
Once you reach diamond,
I don't know. Let me
I'll
check
go
on
with
YouTube how long ago those comments were. 'Cause I'm in YouTube Studio right now.
Oh,
Josh commented at 8:49 p.m.
Josh who?
Josh, it just says Josh
you. I realize
M.
that diamond is only when
Oh,
you-
my one too.
I guess. Now that I think about it.
No way.
And then Tim commented between 9:52 and 10:03.
Oh, that was pretty recent.
Yeah, a little bit, but But those are our guests.
Interesting.
So shout out to y'all.
Wow.
This is I guess this is wraps. This is a wraps for the 4th Tulung podcast.
Yeah, I can't wait for another one.
Yeah. This is just me talking to a blank screen on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for new podcasts. Dr. Tulung and Kenrick Tendi. Forever.
All right.
And stream is